Good morning. How we doing? We've got Wasted Mind, Son of Horus. Hello. How we doing? Wasted Mind. Thank you for the bits. Son of Horus. Thank you for that sub for 52 months. What the heck? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How is the weekend? It's going forward indeed. Wasted Mind's gonna figure out how to attach the knights to bases. Brass rod in the feet seems sturdy, but kind of a pain to set up. It's I feel like it's worth it though. I feel like it's worth it. It's actually not too bad. If you're, like, pinning, I usually just do the paper clip. I haven't done the brass rod for the knights, but, like, I just do one for, like, each foot or, like, little armatures. The hard part with some of them is, like, the connection point's really rough. So it's, I don't think I've done the armatures actually because it's just, like, the outside of their toesies that do it, but if it's enough for the knights, I think you can get it pretty solid. It's, trying to think for the big I'm pretty sure I've done it for the big nights. I'm trying to remember where I did it. See Decker, welcome in. How are you? But yeah, it's I think it's worth it, especially when it's like an army like that where it's a lot of big dudes. And if you've got like basing material, sometimes like the models just don't stick to the basing material as well as like to directly to a base. So I think that's the other thing if you're attaching it to that as opposed to, like, you've got it on the base and you're filling around the toes. I feel like having the pins probably worth it. But yeah, that's what I've done before. But I'm trying an anchor thing. Plastic glue and extra bits of sprue to the base before doing the basing. That might be good too. To the base before doing the basing. So like around the toesies and stuff. Or like under the foot. New projects, these are for Wasted Mind. We're going to be building today. Yeah, I'm going to start with Fuegan, I believe. And then we will move to some Black Templar, which we are going to turn into Purple Templar. Kobe, welcome in. How are you? There's some really fun minis. With their update, they got a lot of cool stuff, so I'm excited to make them purple. The anchors match up in the holes in the armature toe beans, and then Fuegan. That might be a good idea. Yeah. Just because, like, the connection point on those little toesies is so, like, nothing. Like, whenever I'm doing it for commissions, I use a lot more glue and a lot more glue points than, like, I would on other stuff. Yeah. I think it might, that might be worth it. And then you don't have to mess with the brass rod if you don't wanna do the pinning. Wait, I know he's so cool. I think we start there, chat. I think let's just dive in. But we're just gonna be building today. What is everyone else up to? How's the weekend, chat? What are we up to? Let's see, the last hobby I did was I took a priming day on Friday morning. And that's kind of why we're building today, is I want to be able to prime the rest of the stuff that's here. So we've got these characters. We also have some fire dragons, but I wasn't sure if we're going to get to those today, so I didn't pull them aside. But we're just going to dive on in. See, I sent a non-marine project. You did. It's just fun to tease you guys. It's fun to tease. Characters aren't usually too bad for assembly here, so we'll just dive in. But yeah, what are you guys up to? Anyone else doing some hobby today? Wasted Mind's gonna join me with his knights. Wasted Mind's gonna join with knights. I'm manifesting it after coffee here. Manifesting. Anyone else up to? Let's see. I got the next round of Imperial Fist primed. It's all vehicles this time. So it was a lot of, got some dreadnoughts and some bigger stuff. I got Sea Decker's characters together. I actually wanted to bring those on today, but then I realized that it's like an apothecary, a librarian, a tech marine. They're all different colors instead of all blue like I had in my head because I'm silly. So I didn't get that done. I will get that done this week. What else did I get primed? What else do I have over there? Oh, and I need to get the next Gundam airbrush. That's what it was. That's what it was. I made a second base yesterday to try the anchor thing. The mini project for Nikki's gonna be fun with all the... So that's the thing. Do you want them blue? Because they would be white, red, black, and then the librarian would be blue. Do you want them primarily blue? Can't wait to see Fuegan, and I'm excited. They're gonna be fun. I like that we're doing the Lumineth scheme on them too. It's gonna be fun to go back to. I have not done that scheme in a bit. It'll be fun to go back to. Which I guess I should ask I guess Fuegan would be at box art. I don't know if you want some of those oranges on him as well. Can go either way. Got time to think about it. Trying to think what else. Let's see. Weekend. We had a Hero Quest day yesterday that was really fun. So we invited Noob from chat and Cassiodorus from chat over. And we had a Hero Quest day. We did the first 3 quests and no one died. Got a little hairy at the end of one of them, but we made it. And Scott was DMing for us. Or GMing, mentoring, whatever you want to call it for Hero Quest. But it was really fun. I'm excited to go questing again. Scott has like all the expansions and we just haven't had a group for it, so it was really fun to just dive in. And like I've played the first 3 quests probably like 4 times now, just between like different groups picking it up. But I haven't gotten any further than that, so it'll be really fun to actually do the campaign, check out the other expansions, stuff like that. I'm pretty excited. And then after that, we kind of crashed between getting the house together, having them over, having to you know, wrestle Sadie the whole time. We kind of crashed after that. I'd played some more Ghost of Tsushima, which has been so good. I got a little bit further in the story last night. Now I'm going back to do a whole bunch of the smaller side stuff again. Well, that was my weekend. What have you guys been up to? Try and get this center bit lined up best I can. Go. All right, and it goes straight to the banner. Do I want the banner separate? This is this whole backpack, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, G-Dub says I don't get a choice. Noob, hello, how are you? Coming in picking. How are you? We are building Fuegan. I'm gonna put him over here so you guys can see. Did Sadie constantly announce her presence to the guests? Yes. Yes. What's worse is there was a yard crew like across the street too while they were here. So she was just barking at everything. She did finally calm down at like the end, but it's something we keep working on. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's at the point where we might need to get like an actual trainer, which sucks. I've never had to do that with one of my dogs before. I've never had to add like a trainer, but it might be in everyone's best interest to do that. Honor first, welcome in. That dog, Nikki's not exaggerating. She like we have tried. We've tried everything. We've tried the treats. We've tried like different like methods of like doing the treats with the training, and she must protect all the time. I've tried and I've tried, and I've never had a dog do it quite as much as Sadie. It's very strange. So she apparently needs a little extra help than what we can give her. So we'll have to figure it out. The Apoth I would like blue, but the shoulder be white, so you don't throw all the white out the window. Everything else box art. Okay, so Apoth blue with white shoulder. Everything else box, other than the knee and the which you had in the email. Okay, we can do that. Sadie must cook. She does love to talk. She likes to make herself known over and over. But yeah, I've never had to do like additional training for a dog. She may need it. She may need it. So puppies, that's like I don't like to do it for like she would need it like all the time, which I don't want to do. Like every now and then, sure, for like fireworks, stuff like that. But Avian, hello, how are you? We're Bork. She's actually quiet right now. We're gonna keep it that way. We are building Fuegan. He's so cool. Finally get to build one. What are you up to today? But yeah, what's everyone else been up to this weekend? What we got going on, chat? Anyone playing any games? We were initially was gonna do Dawn of War remastered today, but I decided we're gonna do it Wednesday, so I can give it a little bit more time. I was just gonna do like a slightly longer stream today, but I want to make sure we give it time, and I've got time before I need to submit anything for it, so we'll go ahead and put that on Wednesday. I'm gonna ask chat, what do we think about New Dawn of War? It's kind of why, like, I want to give it a fair shot. I'm not good at RTSs, so I want to give it, like, a fair go so that I can try and hop in for 4. It's essentially what I want to do. It's study session for me. Guess another new captain lieutenant for what? It's Dawn of War, super high for Dawn of War 4. I was reading, like, I keep seeing more interviews and stuff, and they seem to understand that people want it closer to 1. The fact that it's gonna be, like, based after 1, and, like, they were saying, like, if there's a question on something, to make it like the first game, so I'm cautiously optimistic. Cautiously? Oh, leaked mini? Okay, I haven't seen it. I'll say it again, I'm just not as into Warhammer anymore, so I haven't seen it. I mean, we're getting a lot of Space Marine characters, so it makes sense. Makes sense there would be some more in the old pipeline. I guess for those who have seen it, what do we think? As I hold his little leg together. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about 4. I have a feeling Slam and I will play through it regardless, but I played through some Rogue Trader again today. I need to go back and play that, like, off stream. It was a little tedious on stream just because I had to, like, read everything and, like, wait for them to... Like, there's voice acting, but I gotta wait for it. And it felt very, very slow that way. If I could read at my own pace, then maybe it wouldn't be so tedious for me. I want to go back to Disco Elysium too, speaking of, like, CRPGs. The Disco Elysium people have a new game that's going to be coming out. I feel like that's the sign to go back and try Disco Elysium again. I pulled up the Necron DLC and played the campaign. Please smooth. I want to get a mod so I can see the cursor. For the first one? I think Road Trader's up next after I finish Battletech. Let's go. Yeah, I've heard it's very good. The part that I played was good. It was just, yeah, having to wait for it on stream was a little painful for me. Sometimes playing a game and streaming a game are a very different experience. So I think I'll go back on my own and give it a shot. Again, Outcast Games' new 40K game looks good. I know I saw it. Which one is the other one? It's like the Heresy one, right? I'm blanking at the moment. Dark Heresy, yeah. I was gonna say, if people like Rogue Trader, seems like a good pickup. Good to keep an eye on. But yeah, been playing Ghost of Tsushima. I've gone back for more Tiny Bookshop as well, which has been really, really fun. Trying to get all the achievements before I kind of move on. I'm almost to the point where I'm like, I'm a little ready to move on, but there's, like, a few more things that I could unlock and, like, finish. So I'm, like, trying to give it a chance and do that before I kind of uninstall and move on. But that's been fun. I tried to do some more Street Fighter practice the other night. I feel like I need to do the brave girl thing and just hop into, like, ranked and stuff. I keep practicing and, like, trying to get some, like, not full-on combos, but, like, the little stuff to line up, and I think I just need to be a big girl and hop in. I'm just scared. I'm scared of getting twerked on, chat. An Alcat plushie would be cute. I don't know, they keep doing more plushies. Keep doing more. Maybe they could, team up, get a plushie. Trying to think what else is going on. I recorded some TikToks the other day, so those I'll post in the next couple days. Today, I think I'm gonna take time and just fix my bot. I think that was the better thing to do than go long for Dawn of War. I need to fix my bot. I think I need to just move back over to a different bot, unfortunately. I really like Streamer Bot, but it keeps breaking. And, like, documentation for stuff is just not as... It's much more a DIY bot than some of the others. I think I need to go back. So I think that's my day. It's futzing with more stream stuff. I feel like there's just little things with stream where, like, I keep messing with them and they're just not quite where I want them, but we're close, and I'm just gonna keep messing with them. What are you guys up today? What we got here after stream? Anything exciting, chat? Alright, let's try not to mix these up. This is 10. And this little one is 11. They look very similar, so I don't want to goof them up. They're also very tiny. I feel like the worst part if I'm working on the bot today is trying to get everything copied back over. So many commands and stuff that I gotta move over. We'll always miss some, which is the annoying bit, but I'll probably mess with that today. Anything else going on, chat? Which side goes? It looks the same. Alright, hold on, chat. Gotta sort this silly backpack. Come on. We did play some more Subnautica on Wednesday. If you'd like to see me get salty at a game, that's up on YouTube. Nothing went right on Wednesday. I don't know if I want to stream more Subnautica or not. It was quite painful. It was quite painful. A game is something. It is something. Why? How does this go in? Hold on. Let me try the other side and see if I can figure this out. As long as the bot knows birthday, that's true. We gotta move birthday over. It's true. Well, it's tough because, like, Slam likes to add clips and things to the bot, which I also like. But with my current bot, it runs on my PC. So I haven't found a way, and I did a little bit more research, for him to be able to add his own stuff. So I think I'll go back to a bot that is hosted, like, on a website like Nightbot or something like that, where he can add things easily. I just assumed there was a way for him to do that, and I haven't found one, so let's go back, I guess. What's this about a leaked mini? Anyone a spoiler tag it on the Discord? Yeah, is it in the Discord? I don't know anything about it, so I can't help. I feel like the only one I've seen is the one that was announced for, like, the store anniversaries and stuff, so I don't know. Your request is a lie. She tied me to her streamer chair and made me make batteries in Subnautica for hours. I let you go. You're fine now. You're fine now. I need you to build 5 more sea moths for me. So apparently I need them. There we go. Now we got the backpack. For some reason, wasn't clicking over here. Now we're good. Okay, what's up next? Weapons next. Big ol' axe. Big ol' gun. Let's see, other than that, I'm trying to think if I have any other nerdy updates. Not really. It's been a lot of just getting the house ready and yeah, just priming miniatures, which isn't super exciting. Like, got a lot done, but it's not super exciting to talk about. Prep days are kind of boring. I'm excited to check out Dawn of War. The other game I'm kind of looking at is Gears of War. Also got a remaster, and that's out this week. So I'm sure I'll check that out at some point here. I never played it originally, so my brother and I just never got into it. Any games we're excited for, chat? Need to prep my Heresy Dark Angels Day like I had planned. The remaster of the remaster? Yeah, I guess so. Either way, I haven't played it yet, so. Well, this one's like, is this one a remake? Kind of seemed like it was a bigger deal. But again, I've not really played any of them. It'll all be brand new to me. I guess like the rest of my brain power this week has been I've been trying to get back to kind of low carb, tracking my macros for working out. So that's been a lot of my brain power is trying to get recipes and shopping lists and things together. Meal prep stuff. Which again isn't super exciting to talk about, but it's been a lot of my time here lately. I am still sore from my leg day on Friday. I think today will have to be a light treadmill day or something. Don't want to do nothing, but hoping they do a good update for it. Space Marine Remaster didn't impress me. The quality of life improvements are welcome. Adeptus Drunkenness, welcome back in. How are you? We are building Fuegan. Oops, he was behind chat there. That's what we've got today. What are you up to? We've got this boy and then a whole bunch of Black Templar to build. So that's our plan. What are you up to? Need a wakey drink? It appears so, Avian. It appears so. We'll be here. Get your wakey drink. Working on this land. Oh, the Star Master. Very nice. Welcome on in. Wait a second. Star Master. Is that the one in the chair? I have them and I don't remember what he's called. Is that Frog Chair? I painted far too many frog chairs, but I don't remember what it's called. It's the toads. Okay, cool. I have one. We did, sorry. For mine, I did Hypno Toad. But it's been a little bit. They're a beast of a kit. What do you think of yours so far? There's a lot of detail in those little guys. Between the chair and them themselves. All the little stuff hanging off of them. They're quite the kit. Brain couldn't understand German. It did. What is the... What? I love it good. I'm glad. It's got a lot of stuff. I think I did mine after Croak also, which has a ridiculous amount of stuff on it. So that probably burnt me out a little bit, but they're very cool kits. There's just a lot to them. Let's chat. What's one of the more like busy kits that you've worked on? What's one of those kits you're like, there is so much detail on this thing? I feel like a lot of mine are Age of Sigmar ones. They have a lot of goodies on them. For better or worse. If you're someone who doesn't like a lot of the extra stuff, they're a little rough. I want to get Croak, but I didn't want to kill myself. That's fair. That's fair. I paint professionally and I put my Croak down like 3 times, so I get it. I get it. Titan toes. Trying to think, which ones are you working on? I don't remember toes being an issue. Is the Star Master its own kit? It is, yeah. It's quite a bit smaller than Croak. It has, I think, 2 options within the kit, but like, sorry, it's got 2 different, I think, 2 different head options, and the little stuff around him also has some options. That's not right. Hold on. You're holding the weapon the other way. That didn't feel right earlier, though. Hold on. How does your arm go, mister? There we think. Yeah. Stairmaster. The toads could probably use one, yeah. They could probably use a Stairmaster. When they're up there eating their snacks all day, probably need one. Gotta get those steps in still. Okay. There we go. Arm was a little awkward, but we got it. Okay, let's get giant head. And then looks like we've got kind of different wings in the base. We're almost there already. And then we'll pick another character. Keep going. Hey, Luton, welcome in. How are ya? What you been up to? Reached my 200-pound goal this weekend. That's awesome. Congrats. Can I get some hype in the chat? That's awesome. Or keep my 3-year-old entertained. Ah, doing summer break. Yep. Adorable. It's definitely feeling it here with like end of summer into fall and like school schedule. Everyone feeling ready. I'm trying to manifest fall as soon as I can. I'm done with summer. But this like awkward in between feels very strange between like streaming and like there's pumpkin stuff in the stores, but it's still like 100 degrees out. It's very weird right now. I think a lot of us trying to manifest fall. That's a 5,000 point night game this week, so that's been good. That's awesome. How many nights do you get to take for 5,000 points? I'm assuming that's a fair amount of biggins. Yeah, it's like, what, 12 models? Depends. I know the complaint that Scott has is it turns into a lot of armigers, unfortunately. But so maybe it's not as memey as we think anymore. Alright. That looks good. I don't know why it's showing me the gun again. Unless I went in the wrong order, which is possible. Sometimes I get distracted with chat. Alright, let's get base cut out here. Go ahead and get the disc and everything out. This is going in a weird order. Okay, 14 and 13. We'll start there. Has anyone else gotten some tabletop games in? Who else is playing games, chat? We did Hero Quest, and that's been the closest we've had. It was a lot of fun, though. I'm excited to play some more. But I've not been Warhammering for a while now. I like nights, but playing was a daunting task for how I want it to look. What would you do for a night? I think nights can be daunting. I think just diving in is the best way to do it. If you can like get the frame knocked out, they're really, I don't think, as much work as people think they are, unless you are doing something like some insane freehand or something really custom. I don't think they're as bad as people make them out to be. It's supposed to be in the 80s for Labor Day weekend, so you're manifesting something. Hell yeah. Let's try and decide if I take Labor Day weekend off, too. Might depend on what we got going on. For me, it was 11 nights and 7 armors. Okay, but I think it was a bit over 5K. We weren't counting it super strict. So the Porphyrion to complete. Yes. Yes. Okay, good. That's a fair amount of big nights. I like that. I'm sad that GW's kind of pushed more of the armiger route, but glad you got to take a lot of big ones. That's why Scott kind of dropped his. He's like, I play knights to play knights. Let me take knights. I don't want the little ones. A bunch of freehand art. Would be cool, I think, especially with the knight project. Definitely worth taking the time to do that. I'm going to be doing, so I have a night project here, and I'm about to start a freehand as well. We are doing Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. So I'm going to be freehanding a lot of the patterns and things that you would see for that. So like the flowers, the skulls, that type of stuff. Trying to get all that mapped out here. It's quite the chunk. For nice to be good, you gotta scale up above 3K points. Yeah, not everyone wants to play those bigger games, unfortunately. Takes a lot of time. Okay. I'll make sure I get this positioned okay. Looks like it'll be fine. That'll look cool. I'm excited. I'm a little hesitant. I want to make sure I get it all mapped correctly, just because it is. I don't know. It's like a cool cultural thing, and I want to make sure I get it right. You know. So I'm trying to take my time, get it mapped out exactly where I want it, and then we dive in. I think it'll go quickly once it's all mapped, but I want to make sure I get that right. You know. Assuming the Knight's Codex favors armatures more again. That's what I've heard. But again, we're not playing, so if anyone else wants to hop in, feel free and let us know. But that's the latest I've heard. Well, something like 26 wounds each, so it's gonna be hard to fit that in 2K points, yeah. I think they surely have to balance it out, especially with detachments. I hope so. I hope that the Knight people get to take their big toys. That is, again, that's why you play Knights. To take the big toys. Anyway, 10K Imperial Guard army is well in progress. Nice, nice. Got a few projects in the works then. Glad to hear it. I've swapped over. I've been painting more Conquest lately than Warhammer. Here's some of mine. Here's what I've been working on. So I've got these really cool kind of animated suits of armor. They're gigantic. So here's Fuegan next to one. So we've been doing more Conquest, but yeah, we've been doing more Magic the Gathering, more video gaming here lately. I don't know. I don't think Warhammer is for me anymore, and I'm sad. It's gotten so, they just focus so much on the tournament stuff that I just don't care about. Fortunately, I've kind of just lost interest. But I'll still work on commissions. I'm in Champion, not tournament. This entire, like, local area is all tournament-based, too, so. Even if I wanted to play, it just sucks. It just sucks. Warhammer is for everyone. Greedy Raven, welcome in. How are ya? I agree. Our local doesn't seem to think so. What are you up to today? We're doing a build day today. Just want to get some more projects ready for Primer. How was your weekend? You gotta find new friends and slowly drag them down with you. Yeah, nah, I'm not about it anymore. It's too much work. No, thank you. But Conquest is neat, and they're fun to paint. And they're huge. And the prices make more sense. And they have an app that works. And the rules are free. I'm gonna get out of the Stockholm Syndrome that is Warhammer, I think. You're gonna paint a clan rat? Let's go! How many clan rats have we painted, Greedy? Blonde Cow, welcome in. How are you? Focusing on other stuff till the 11th. The armies are too large, no matter how cool my local scene is. Oh, till 11, like 11th edition. Sorry, I misread that. I just don't see it coming back around. Feel like they're leaning into it. Kill teams where it's out for me. Just painting the models I enjoy. Yeah. Suspicious Fish, welcome in. I'm very grateful my local game store does so many different 40K events. Comp tourneys, narrative gaming days, crusades, boarding actions. Where I go, it's like the place to go, so you've got a large group. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. How are you today? I'm glad. Sorry, for Warhammer, I really like bigger games, and I like narrative stuff, and that's just not really supported where we're at. And then the rules and just the monetary decisions from G-dubs, I'm just done. I'm done. 9, not base, placeholder metallics. Because you're doing, like... I think when you said it, I thought you were memeing, but you're doing, like, higher quality clan rats, right? You're like actually going out on the clan rats? Or I am the opposite. I'm just like, splash these boys with contrast paint because I've got 200 of them. I've rather placed a 40K around me, just TCG shops that have a single war game table. I'm not gonna lie, getting into Magic and being able to just like throw my deck in a bag and go is so nice. That's another reason of abandoning 40K a little bit. It just takes forever to even get set up. And then the game takes all afternoon. And I'm just kind of done. Alright, so let me make sure he fits here. He do. Looks good. I'm kind of put him there temporarily. Let's put this skull on here. Okay, so just anywhere in here is fine. Yes, yes, must be best quality. Working fur textures. You're insane, but I'm glad. I'm happy for you. You're insane, but good for you. Good for you. Okay. Wait, it's mine. Thank you for the bits. What are we looking at? Oh, look, here he is all together. I'm gonna keep him separate for painting. But there he is. We got one down. We're doing it. Doing it. I'm gonna let chat decide which Black Templar we paint. Or, not paint. Build next. Make sure I didn't miss anything on the sprue before I chunk it on the floor. We're good. Chunk. Done. One boy down. 4 boys left. Potentially more boys if we get through those. Alright. Over there. Alright, chat. What should we build next? We've got... We can speedrun. That wasn't... Characters aren't too bad. We've got the Ancient. We've got the Marshal. We've got the Execrator, which is a weird name. And we have the Castellan. What should we build next, chat? What do we want to see? Well, I can't put all the names on here. There. What are we feeling, chat? Execrator. Got 1 vote. I'll get some water, let anyone else decide. Alright. Any is fine. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, Ancient. That was my vote, actually. One of the 2 new ones for sure. Let's do Ancients. We'll do both, but I'm gonna do the Ancient. I wanna check out this banner. This is cool. Streamers rigging the vote. This is the one I wanted, so we're doing it. I'm breaking the tie. Alright. Crusader Ancient. Sorry. We'll get to both. We got plenty of time today. We'll get lots done. Alright, we need 1. I see how it is. We'll just do yours next. And then we need 3. I think I mentioned beginning of stream, these are gonna be not Black Templar, but Purple Templar here soon. These are for Wasted Mind, who has a full purple army. We've stolen minis from the White Scars. We've stolen minis from the new Dark Angels. And now the Black Templars are getting the purple treatment. So that'll also be fun. Unlike the Blade Guard Ancient, this guy gets a weapon. That's true. That's true. Gets to carry a flag and a sword. He's figured it out. What the others could not. I do wonder if I will get another one of these from Alive in Madness. I know he mentioned a couple like characters, and I don't remember who they were. I know Lysander, and I thought maybe a Black Templar, but I could be misremembering. I went from like no Space Marines to a ton of Space Marines here. Getting an upgrade, that's right. They figured out how to hold both. Good for them. Evolving. Evolving. Okay. A little bit. Looks like there's a bag or something that goes here, but I'll go ahead and file it down. Just in case. Got his little foot. They love putting these seam lines right on their feet. And I hate it. I'm doing that just right there. I'm quitting 40K, 11 that comes out. New army? Nah. Unless they go super casual. I just don't see that happening. Here's the thing, Luton. The two things I would have been super excited about, Emperor's Children, Space Wolves, are both out, and I have no desire to get either of them. That was the sign. I'm done. I'm done. Unless they go just super casual next edition, which that's not the direction they're going. That's not the direction. There you go. Sometimes a good break is needed. I think I'm done. I think my break may be permanent. Other than commissions. I'm fine doing commissions. I think we're done. That's okay though. That's okay. Video gaming's been fun here on stream. We've been doing Subnautica. We are gonna do Dawn of War on Wednesday. That'll be fun. Luton quitting 40K, embracing the VTubers. It's been interesting watching the there's been a lot of interesting Warhammer YouTube stuff here lately. With there was someone using, I'm gonna come back to that. Beep boop, thank you so much for that sub for 86 months of beep booping. Thank you, I appreciate it. I guess there was a channel basically using artwork without permission, and then they were using like GW images and then using like copyright claim, even though it's not their images, it's GW's, but that meant that other people then couldn't use those images. And then when they got like caught and reported and all of that, they did like a ChatGPT like apology. It's a giant mess. I was watching some of it on Blue Sky, people talking about it, but what a nightmare. What a nightmare. So it's just been kind of weird watching some of that go down. They're doing the same thing as patent trolling. Yeah. The DMCA troll. Yeah, like they were it's not their images, but they were claiming them. So then other people were getting like flagged. And then when they got caught, they did the just wildest ChatGPT apology. So that's what I saw yesterday. I don't know if anything has happened since then, but I was like before we were waiting for hero quests and stuff. But it's always interesting. There are cultists going around door to door. Chat, I'll be right back. Chat, I'll be right back. I'm not gonna knock on my door again, that's for sure. Which flavor of cultists? Don't know, don't care to find out, yeah. Get the heck off my property, flavor. Alright, I got 2, and we need 5. 5. I was gonna say it's a weird time for me going around, but I guess, yeah, if you're not at church, this would be the time to be a weirdo. Be the weirdo. They should have come to me when I was there. We could have had so much fun with them, noob. We could have had so much fun. They're not ready to knock on my door, that's for sure. Hippity hoppity, get off my property, that's right. Alright. I think what else is going on? That's feels so boring, chat. Blue Snow, welcome in. How are you? This is a commission. Yes, this is for Wasted Mind in chat. How are you? We built Fuegan. So we got one down, and then we've got 4 Black Templar characters up next. How are you? Thankfully, I get that maybe once a year too. Fart on the sticks for most of bother. That must be so nice. One day, I want to escape into the woods. One day. I was awfully close after the Subnautica stream. One day I will break. I will take off to the woods. Why is this not lining up the way that it should? There we go. We just needed more force, chat. We gonna make it fit today. One of the groups brought a child with. Oh, okay, just working on some work stuff before tomorrow. Let's go. Hope tomorrow goes well. That's right, Greedy. Just need some more elbow grease, some more power. More power. I did. I'm gonna go back to talking about workouts for a second. I did reverse curls the other day, which is essentially instead of an underhand grip for a dumbbell, it's overhand, and you go up like this. Hurts so bad, and I need to do more of them. Between that and all of my squats I did on Friday, I am hurting. I was so stiff after game day yesterday. I was just like hobbling around the house. It was bad. Makes me feel so old when I'm just like that sore. Trying to think if there's anything else. Ah, I bought a Ninja Creamy to make ice cream, like a protein ice cream. And I tried another one that was it's 2 cups of milk. I just did 1 scoop of protein powder. It probably needs to be 2. I didn't do the maths in my head. It needs to be 2. And then a little bit of like the Jello pudding mix for like texture. It was really good. I want to make some more. We picked up more of the containers so we can make like a batch of them. Did pendulums on Friday, feeling it today. I love having those exercises though, where you're like, man, I'm gonna feel great if I do these, and like if I can work up to where I'm not as sore. That's such a good feeling. Ice cream go burn. It's so loud. I also picked up some little Oreo thins to like crush up into the ice cream. Like a little bit of a crunch in there without too many calories. I'm excited to make some more. But that's been fun, like trying to find new stuff to make. I don't feel like I'm giving up as much stuff when I can make my own protein ice cream. The fact that I can eat ice cream and get like 30 grams of protein, I like that. That's a good feeling. Oh, did a lifetime best on them though, so pretty proud of myself. See, that's exactly it. When you have that exercise that's really tough at first, and then you start to like get the hang of it, and it gets easier, it's the best feeling. Should be proud. It's the best feeling. Anyone else doing like workout or I hate to say diet, but like nutrition type stuff? I'm just trying to be better about what I eat. I'm just so small that I've got to do a lot of that and be really strict about it. But says, I'm gonna make some coffee, just in case you speed run the building. The other guy gets the sword to give people the 3 extra attacks per wild. Okay. Other guy, is that the execrator? Okay. Cool. Sword it is. Everybody gets a sword. You get a sword. You get a sword. You get a sword. First try almost fell out of the machine. Yeah, see? See, when you get past that point, it feels real good. My diet's gonna involve some waffles with coffee right now. Yum. I need to make, like, protein pancakes to have on hand. Like, I know you can make a bunch and freeze them, and I need to just do it. That sounds really good. And I get really tired of eggs. I'm really, really tired of eggs. Alright. Sword. I just still here in the US with the ultra processed crap they push out here. It's the hard part is like the healthier stuff. It's just more expensive. So it's like it's easier to get that type of stuff. And then I know I complain about it here. I'm trying to do better about like frozen veggies, but like getting fresh produce and just going bad in like a couple days if I don't use it really annoys me. So I'm trying to be better about getting frozen stuff. So I can make it when I need it. Alright, there's sword. Now you get stick. Let's get the shoulder pad first. 8. And wait, 6. No, 9. 6. Harder to find around the place too. If you want a kombucha instead of a soda, you gotta go to a different place. Yes. Yep. The the stuff that's really bad for you is just so much easier to get a hold of. It's annoying. Shouldn't be like this, but it is. Part of it too is like in the summer I don't want to cook. So it's really hard to like force myself to kind of do that sometimes. It's hot. I don't want to be in the kitchen. Don't want to cook. But I need to cook. So I've been trying to like find more like slow cooker stuff. I don't necessarily need to like stand at the stove for. But yeah, that's just been a lot of my brain power lately, is getting some of that figured out for myself. If I can get some of that going and then like the small stream stuff that I want to fix, I think I'll be a happy girl. Just taking some time. You know? These things take time. I guess, is anyone reading anything? I finished it's a book called Sweet Bean Paste, and it was a kind of a sweet Japanese novel about friendship, kind of, I don't know, slice of lifey. Which isn't what I normally read, but it was kind of nice for a little palate cleanser. I'm waiting. There's a new book that comes out, I think, Tuesday from R.F. Kuang, and I'm just kind of waiting for that to come in. I'm trying to pick little stuff to read until then. Anyone else reading anything? I kind of want to start like a big fantasy series after that, though. Fantasy or sci-fi. I had started Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I might go back to that. Picked up the second one. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to get stuck into something after that new one I get. I'm reading, ooh, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. What do we think? Back on the horse, here's the Audible train. I think I've shook off the trauma of Prospero Burns. I wish I could do the Audible. It'd be a nice way to catch up. But I wish I could. Other than that, I want to find some more. Again, manifesting fall. I want to find some more spooky books to read. I like having those books to just like curl up on the couch with a blankie and just kind of binge through. Okay. We have stand for banner. I'm gonna try and keep the banner separate if we can for painting. But I think him holding that's fine. I say that, and then this next step. I don't want to do this. I don't want to rip this back off. I feel like we're ripping it back off. Yeah. It's so much nicer to be able to airbrush all that armor together. Let's come back off. Okay. We'll get the banner together and I guess make a decision after that. Because, like, that's really easy to glue afterward, so. It's long but good. A bit tricky keeping track of the names. The years of bad Dynasty Warrior games have had. That's fair. That's fair. I bet there's those moments where you're like, oh yeah, I know this guy. He did this, like, crazy thing. That must be weird to kind of keep separate. Okay, so this actually goes on the back of this. Yes. I've given Mike Brooks' Lionel Johnson book. It's so slow and boring. I'm trying to remember which Dark Angel. I think it was whatever Dark Angel book is like early on in the Horus Heresy series. That one was also very boring. Like, extremely boring. What'd you get, Avian? What you got for wakey wakey drink? What'd you get? I did get my first pumpkin drink of the season the other day. It's still too hot for pumpkin, but I figured why not? If we're manifesting, I'm gonna manifest all the way. Scooter's Coffee has a pumpkin caramelicious, and it was pretty good. Descent of Angels. I think that's it. It was very boring. It's very, very boring. Not that I'm like a huge... I mean, I'll say it. I don't super love a lot of the Warhammer novels. I think they're just bolter porn, but that one was very boring. I like a select ones, but that one was very boring. It's Coke Zero. Coke Zero is good, though. I like to do that with the, I get the sugar-free coffee syrups to make a vanilla Coke. I do that a lot, Evie, and it's very good. And to grind through that one, yeah, it was rough. It was rough. I have learned, I think, that I like Aaron Dembski Bowden. I like how he writes. The few that I've read from him, I like. I don't think I have any other reliable ones. The others have been definitely a mixed bag for me. Definitely a mixed bag. Okay. This not being on his arm is now making this a little tricky to line up. This fits in here. I feel like there we go. Yeah. Okay. Angle is a little weird, but we got it. There we go. As far as Warhammer books, I still need to read, and I do want to read Eisenhorn and then the Ravener series. I have them sitting on my shelf. I just haven't read them. Whenever I'm not completely burnt out on Warhammer, I'll give them a go. Then I'll give them a go. 13. What is it? Oh, it's on the 13, 14, and 15. Is anyone watching anything good right now? I'm just watching anime lately. I don't have anything else. I want to watch the new Alien show, but we don't have Hulu just yet. So as soon as I get it, I'll catch up, but I'd like to watch that. Wow, Riot, welcome in. How are you? Wine on in. Whoops. Whoops. God damn. Ow. Garthorpe's a bit like that. Very hit and miss. Habit of trying to do what he wants rather than stick to the established lore. It's quite annoying. I mean, I feel like that's across the board. A lot of them do that. Just confuses everyone. But if you're just given kind of vague outlines of things, then, well, that's what happens. Trying to get the angle of his head right. Okay. Guess we haven't really talked. I'm gonna go back to video games for a second. Gamescom was this last week. I feel like it's a lot of things we've already seen, but is there anything you guys are excited for from Gamescom? I know we talked Dawn of War 4. Is there anything else you guys are excited to see? Trying to remember what I added from my list for wish listy stuff. I feel like mine was mostly indie games, which I'm excited about. Any other games that Silk Song now coming out in about 2 weeks. Anyone gonna be Silk Songy? Part of me wants to go back and try Hollow Knight again with a guide. I just got so lost the first time I tried to play it, but it's a game that a lot of people love, and I didn't get it. Maybe I just, you know, suck it up, get a guide, see where I need to go. Waiting for a routine since before COVID. I think someone posted that and I didn't take a look. I need to go back. I think it was like while I was getting ready for other stuff. I thought crazy, and it was a PVKK. It does look interesting. I looked at it. I don't know if it's for me, but it did look kind of interesting. I had seen it before somewhere, so I guess they got like an updated trailer or something. Like a retro future roguelike. Yep. I'm trying to think what else like really unique I saw. Slam will be happy with you, Avian. I got bread, Boston baked beans, and there's cheese in the fridge. There you go. I haven't seen Slam this morning. So retro upgrades are the save icons, 2.5-inch floppies. How did you print out the save icon? What does this fit in? I always hate when they add these like late. Of course, it's like around the sword. Where do you go? I'm having a hard time with these tiny pieces this morning. Don't know why. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, it's like we've been there from the 80s. Even just the internet. Slam and I have been watching Digimon, and there was like the modem sound. We both just went, oh my gosh. Just the little modem click clacks. Brought it all back. Oh, we get a choice here. I should wait for Waste of Mine to come back. We either get the shield, and the orc with the sword is so much cooler. Because there's either the, like, orc skull and, like, the Armageddon plaque, or there's the shield. I'm gonna wait. It's a waste mine can tell us, but I'm hoping he picked orc skull. But it's not my mini. We'll go ahead and put the skull on the top, though. She would be cool because we could put like some decals or something on it, though. Everything gets a sword. More swords. Hey, get off the phone. I want to use the internet. That's right. The good old days. Yeah, there's that sound in the end where it's like, oh my gosh. We're back. We're right back there. Remember the struggle of having phone filters for DSL? The good old days. Okay, well, when Wasted Mind gets back, we'll ask about the banner, but then I will leave this separate for painting, because this should be pretty easy to just pop back on after. Yeah. Like that. So there is our next boy. We'll go ahead and put him on the base, though. So we can get him primed. That'll be boy number 2 done. Then we get to give another person a sword. Alright, there's that, and then when Wasted Mind's back, we'll figure out what we want there. Well, okay, chat, there's number 2. We're doing it. I also picked up a high-grade Easy 8 Gundam. Maybe I'll get to that tonight. Yes. Alright, time for Execrator. I'm gonna zoom in if I need it. You know, I was doing some hobby today. What we got, chat? I want to finish this week. We were building a Blue Eyes White Dragon. I want to get that finished. It's just been, it's been a lot of commission prep here. Basically, the new projects are in and trying to get all that together. So I haven't worked on a lot of personal stuff. Do you like the new Chaplain model? I don't know what makes him an execrator versus a chaplain. He just needed something fancy. He just wasn't cool. Didn't think he was cool enough. Gotta have a silly name. Oh, that is one. We need 2 and 3. Okay. Was that the story I saw Master Grade Hatsune Miku kick? Yes, yes, do it, Riot. My guess is I'm gonna do a bad thing. Disgustingly lazy thing. When I order breakfast delivered with coffee, do it. Sometimes you need it. You know? Sometimes you just gotta do it. I've had that exact same thought where it's like, I really want Taco Bell, but I don't want to go out for Taco Bell. And I've guilted myself out of it every time, but like I've gotten close. Gotten close. And I've had that exact same thought. It's like, I'm too lazy to go get Taco Bell. This is an issue. This is an issue. Glazing 30k and 40k Dark Angels. Esmond made the Crozius sword cool before him. I think this one's okay. I think I like the... I just really like the Primaris Chaplain model. I feel like now he's maybe a little boring compared to some of the others, but I just really like that model. Just cool. I'm glad the Space Wolves got their new Wolf Priest. He's also pretty cool. I don't even know if he's still called that anymore. Now that they've Primarised it up. Trying not to shake the table here. Sometimes I forget. You guys can yell at me if I forget. I want to shake the table. Let's see. What do we think the pre-order for today will be, chat? Come right back to that. Paranoia, thank you so much for that sub for 79 months of support. How are you today? Welcome in. We are building... I keep taking them off screen. We are building one of the new Black Templar. This is the Execrator. I'll leave him here so you guys can see him. What are you up to? Or heresy stuff, possibly? Still not knights, I guess is my answer. Still not knights. Perhaps GW put up a pre-order. Oh, for a pre-order. Pay for the privilege of paint. Don't give them more ideas, right? Don't give them more ideas. Even that's limited, though. You still have to... you still have to get in queue for that. It's been chilling. Need to will myself to work out later. Let's go. What do we have for workout later? I'm here to pump you up. Let's go. Let's get it. I say as I'm super sore from mine the other day. I'm gonna hype you up and I'm gonna try and hype myself up. And they rebalance all nights. The codex isn't out yet. Probably pulled their codex and are back at the drawing board. That's the rumor, is that they have redone it. Knights and Space Marine characters wasted mind? I have a question for you. I didn't know we had an option coming up. I think it's 2 different banners. We can either do the Orky skull, and it says Armageddon here, or there's the shield. Is there one you're feeling? I kind of like the Orky skull, but this one we could do like a cool pattern or something to match the blade guard we did. Which one we feeling? Gotta do leg strength training, maybe some cardio. Let's go. Painter's choice. I like the orc skull, but I also like that we can match the blade guard, so now I'm stuck. I'm gonna think about it. I'm at the point of, do I really want the codex in the last year of the edition? It's always someone gets the short stick with end of edition. That happens every time, unfortunately. I'm gonna think on it. Initially, I was like, man, the orc's really cool. I hope he picks the orc. And then I'm like, well, we could completely, like, match a shield, and that could be cool, too. Just for, like, army unity. Hey, Black Ladder, welcome in. Painting Aeldari, loving the experience. Aeldari are really fun to work on. Welcome on in. How are ya? I really enjoyed working on mine, and I'm really glad I get to work on some of Wasted Minds here. There's something about the Eldar models that are just so clean and crisp, and they're just nice to work on. They have, like, the million billion gems, depending on the model, but there's just something really satisfying about working on them. They're just nice. It's kinda like power armor, but not the, like, really annoying bits of power armor, if that makes sense. You don't have to do all the trim. Like, just a little edge highlight and you're good to go. Like, there's something nice and clean about them. You should paint another Incarn. I actually have one for myself, Wasted Mind. I actually do have one. I wonder if this is actually the last year of this edition, they'll bother redoing the Knight Codex. Or prep it to be the first. That's true. They could just be... I mean, especially if they're wanting to redo it anyway, maybe just get it ready for 11th. God, is it time for 11th already? Is that like next year, chat? Is that the... I actually know where the cycle's at. I'm still not gonna play in it, but is it almost time? Next year? Gosh, we're getting close next year. 10 months away. Sorry, chat. 1 second. Everything hurts. Okay. I feel like we just got 10th wild. Feel like it just happened. I've been trying to be good about it, noob. Even with like me being better at it. Still hurts. Still did a number on myself. Where does this leg go? What the fuck? What the fuck? Trying to get this, okay. Little scrap of something. There. Should be, yeah, it'll be summer. They always do summer release for those biggins. Welcome to being on. I worked out the other day. Yeah, hurts. I had a really good workout day. Like I was pushing more weight than I normally do. It was a good level up day, but now I hurt. Now I hurt. I'm not falling apart just yet. I'm just sore from workout. What's our other codex? What summer campaign will we get next year? It'll be. They always do the big stuff for summer. So it'll be 11th Ed. Because we'll get the last codex, and then they'll do their story campaign that they say will carry over to the next edition, and it never does, and people will do it anyway. It is a cycle. It is a cycle. Duality of 40K. Casuals versus comp. One group fairly happy, the other fairly unhappy. And unfortunately, it's the, they're gonna keep leaning comp. But that's okay. Because Conquest is really cool. Probably work on Leviathan at some point. Yeah, you can catch up on those older boxes. So need Drakarian Knights. I think that's it. And then, yeah, whatever campaign they do. Eggs, bacon, pancakes, and coffee on the way. That sounds perfect. Yum. Enjoy. I'm glad you're treating yourself, Blind Cow. I know you've had a lot going on over there. Sometimes just a nice breakfast treat can be good. What am I looking for now? 5. Tyranid narrative hasn't... I don't mean to alarm you. Warhammer narrative hasn't gone anywhere since I have played Warhammer. We got Primaris, I suppose, but I don't mean to alarm you. I also made some money on a new 3D printer because I got tired of messing around with the old one. I mean, that's valid. I think especially with like how far 3D printers have come. The differences between new one and the one you were messing with, probably pretty big. What did you end up getting? That isn't true. Grant isn't missing. Lycus or however you spell it returned. Big changes. They decided they didn't want to make a miniature anymore. I hate to alarm you, but... there is too much plot armor for them to do too much. Narrative doesn't change, just highlights another sector propped in a prolonged war. If you guys want to do the drop site massacre again, we can do it. We can do it. Let me catch up here. Fine. What if Abaddon goes on a cruise? Whoa, greedy. Hold on. Slow down. Slow down. The riot one with the Crowdy K1C, which is similar to the bamboo. Okay. I don't know all of the details, but I know some of those. In this wild situation, my roommates are very LGBT, shunned me after seeing I was an older white guy. Too queer for white guys and white guy for the queers. Oh gosh. That's a weird spot to be stuck in. I'm gonna try. I don't want to take away, obviously, from your experience. I feel a little bit of that as an ace person, where I'm not queer enough for like Pride Month, but I'm also definitely not straight. So I can relate a little bit to that, where it's like, there's a group you relate to that are like, no, you're not actually. I'm like, but I am. But I am. So I understand this feeling, but yeah, I don't want to take away from that is my relatable story, is how I meant that. I'm sorry that you're in a similar spot. It's very weird. It's definitely a weird one. Don't want to shake up things too much, that's right. Yo, dog, I heard you like, what if they put a drop site massacre within the massacre? They just massacres all the way down. Nice glue. Wasted mine, you stop it. Actually, you know what? It's your commission. Here you go, bud. Here you go. Get a good sniffer. Thank you, Wasted Mine, for the bits. I appreciate it. There we go. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll fly the ace colors together. Let's go. You spell color with a U, right? I do sometimes. That one I flip flop. Color and armor, I tend to flip flop depending on what I'm doing. It's like the best and worst of both worlds. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I'm sorry you're in that same boat. It's very weird sometimes. Like Pride Month's always that one. I'm like, all right, it's time. I'm gonna be aggressively ace. There's like, I didn't actually want to invite you to this. It's like, oh, okay. Okay, I guess. He paid for that glue, that's right. He gets to sniff it all he wants. Drop Site Massacre 2, Electric Boogaloo, that's right. That is what they are capable of. Except in this one, Ferris has his head reattached. Wasted by the emote's great. I think that's the first sicko emote I've seen. I love it. That's, yep. Narrative. To be clear, I want more about the Drop Site Massacre. I felt like they glossed over it in the books. It happened, had dropped off, let's past it. I feel like that's all I read about. I'm not gonna lie. As someone who is not, like, super in... Like, I've read the books. It feels like it's featured in everything. That's so interesting. I feel like, yeah, I know what happened. Mouse Bay, thank you so much for that sub for 85 months. What the heck? That time of the month again, only better. Thank you, Mousefade. I appreciate it. How are you today? Welcome in. We are building one of the new Black Templar. This is the Execrator, because apparently their chaplain needs a fancy name. So that's what we got. How are you? Theirs needs to be fancy. Did you read 60 plus books? I would yeet myself out a window before I read 60 plus heresy books. Most of it's beyond it. Like, okay, I'm gonna this is an honest question. How much more do you need other than these people and these chapters were there and it happened? That's an honest question. What am I missing while I meme on the Drop Site Massacre? Like, what else are we expecting, I guess? He's a fancy boy. Fancy. How's it going, Mousebait? Hey, you're anxious by medium. Welcome in. How are you? Give me quick tips on painting smoke. My brain isn't working at the moment. Sure. So the tip that I have for smoke is kind of the same tip I have for fire, in that you want to be able to blend out from where the source of the smoke is. So making sure that you've got your lightest colors where it's coming from, and then blending up to your darkest away from the source of the smoke. Is there something specific that you're having, like, that's not working for you, that you're not happy with? Well, come on in. I'm just trying to see where you're at and where I can help. I want 60 books on just the Dropsite Massacre. What about the star-crossed lovers from opposing? Okay, I could go for that. We need to know exact timing and movement of troops. I want to know every single legionnaire by name and how they died. Another job site from the perspective of squad member 7. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty sure a lot of that's in the books. Like, maybe not exact, but I don't know. Maybe I feel like what's happening is I'm not a history person, and these sound like history questions. Like, I need to know exactly when this chapter landed, but like, why do you need to think there's something I'm missing? And it may just be that I am not that type of person that needs that. I'm okay with this character was here and this happened while they were there. Good, cool. Moving on. Why am I not seeing sword? Okay, there is sword. Oh, it's because I'm dumb. I was looking for 3. It's down here. 11. The answer is I'm dumb. Found it. 10. I couldn't think. Okay, how to start. I'm painting a wraith for D&D. Okay, so I would start, if it were me painting smoke, and how I like to do it is, let me see if I can find something similar. Do you guys have smoke anywhere on you? You don't. Yeah, I would say, so a lot of times I'll do like my lightest color first, so like it's an off-white for smoke. And I'll start there, and I'll put the highlight at the base, and then I'll kind of leave that middle, and then I'll do the dark, and then I'll do kind of a mix or like a blend in between the two. So I'll do kind of that really light color all over, and then blend to the darkest stuff at the back is how I tend to do it. I don't know if that helps at all. Let me catch up here. Need someone in the book to call it. This is the Isfan for Dropsite Massacre. Bring the story into literary fourth wall. It's not complete until every Primarch battle is put into hot, sweaty makeouts. I'm on it. Talking to someone who read the memoirs of people who are at Normandy. Avian is wanting it from squad member number 7. The kind of info you should get for reenacting the battle, plus additional details to translate it to a game. Yeah, I feel like historical battle, isn't that what the narrative stuff for Heresy is? I'll be at a quiz. Okay, bye, Mousebait. I hope the quiz goes well. You got this. I appreciate, yeah, I hope that helps. If you do run into anything else while you're doing it, let us know. Well, come on in. We're doing some building today. I needed a build day, and then also I've been priming a bunch of stuff, so I need to get the rest of things I want to prime all ready to go. We've got these, and then I also had some orcs come in for that orc army that I occasionally do commissions for, so the orcs also need to get primed. So once these are built, I'll get these in the orcs, and we're gonna hop back and forth a bit before we get back to the Imperial Fist. Got some, I don't want to say smaller projects, but not giant Imperial Fist size projects. That will take a small break to work on. And sometimes these smaller projects are better for stream. Don't make me Mega Man the chat. Wait, so thank you for the bits. Thank you for the those toe beans. I was musing Fuegan. I want them to match the rest. Okay, so do the as opposed to the burnt orange. Okay. We will Lumineth him up. Cool. Yeah, I didn't know with him being a special character if we sometimes it's still fun to do box art. We will Lumineth him up. Okay. Well, I hope I hope the heresy people get what they want. It's clearly not my thing, but I hope you guys get what you want. They seem to be on the same page as far as like what they are providing. More of it. I think I think they're gonna look cool on there, yeah, for sure. I need to do a Ko-Fi for my Lumineth, actually. Maybe I'll do some of that together. They get what they wanted. More leadership checks. More stats for the stat god. To give an honest answer, game-wise, the last time we saw it was on 1.0 with 2 big black books. They did a short story collection on Cathonia. 2.0 came out. Short stories about the massacre is going to be a one and done. So you just want some of that brought forward, I guess, is another way to look at it. I keep taking these off screen. I'm sorry for that. Want to make sure I get the sword. Okay, it does crossbody. Cool. That was the other exercise I've been doing more is crossbody curls. Owies. I also almost hit myself in the face with my weights doing it. And I felt really silly. I'm gonna take out my eye doing crossbodies. Okay. Let that dry. We've got the snack pack time, 25. Feel the bottom of my shaker kind of flexing. I think I put hot coffee. Uh-oh, may have been a bad idea. Oh, yeah. Probably. Probably. I get back to exercise now that my foot doesn't hurt. Let's go. I think what else I got going on? I guess reminder, we're gonna do the Dawn of War remaster on Wednesday. If you guys want to come Dawn of War with us. I'm awful at RTSs, but I want to try. Partly to enjoy that game, partly to get ready for 4. It's just not a genre I played growing up, so I'm not very good at it. You guys can watch me suck at RTSs on Wednesday. If you guys wanted to watch, we played more Subnautica this last Wednesday. That's up on YouTube. Let me throw that in there. Nope. Stream Deck, I'm gonna scream. Alright, exclamation YouTube if you do want to watch it. Stream Deck's not cooperating. Guess it needs an update. It was so good, Hoot. Welcome in. How are you? I played a tiny bit of, like, the original. But again, I'm not good at it, so I didn't make it super far. So I want to give it a real shot here. Unfortunately, there'll probably be a few more books about the massacre and the aftermath, but I doubt the whole of 3.0 will be a bit of a span. I'm just always surprised that we just have to keep going back to it. Just feels like it's been done. This feels like I've heard about it so many times. There was never a 3rd. Did you know? There's no co-op in 3. Did you know? Slam and I found out the hard way. For those who weren't here, I had a sub goal to do, because Slam and I played through 2 together, all co-op. I was like, okay, well, I know 3's not supposed to be as good, but what if we, like, co-op it? Like, we could just kind of, like, hate play through it. He's like, yeah, let's do it. We get in there and there's no co-op. Like, I was setting up for stream and there's no co-op. For some reason, they took it out. So now we joke about it every time. Sir Shroomy, welcome in. How are you? Unfortunately, I'm not the player. Welcome on in. The new minis are very cool. So we did build, I got the ancient, I've got the banner separate for now. Unfortunately, these are also going to be purple. These are a custom Space Marine force, and we're just stealing the Black Templars for it. How are you? Is there anything you're working on? The new models are very cool, though. We've got the Ancient. This is the Execrator. I also have the Marshal, and then the Castellan that we're going to be building today. How are you? Been playing Dawn of War 2 campaigns too. Gonna do all the canon endings. I enjoyed 2. We had fun together. We were just kind of memeing our way through 2. It was a good time. After we found out there's no co-op in 3, I never went back. I think I'm realizing. I just never went back for that. Okay. Then I get to finish the Crozius. I think... Guess I'll ask Wasted Mind. We have 2 different Crozius options. I kind of like this to match the wings with the Dark Angels. But if you have a preference, let me know. I'm gonna pass for right now. Come back. Alright, and then... I think we want Skull Helmet. Show. They'll be purple, that's right. Y'all lost when you bought that game? Yeah. We figured we could hate play it, but we didn't even get to do that. Didn't even get to do that. Winter Assault, the Eldar win. Dark Crusades, Blood Ravens, Soulstorms, Orcs. Working on the new models. Ooh, and a Repulsor Executioner. Nice, nice, nice. Why did you go back to a game that doesn't... I know. Silly us. That is totally on us. Wings. Okay, on the right. I'll go back for that here in a second. Put these shoulders on. I think the wings would look sick with what we've done before. Again, it's that... I think we're gonna do the shield on the banner. Going back to match what we did before. Just helps with the army stuff. Definitive Edition. I saw Dawn of War 2 just sometimes slips in there, because it's kind of my favorite. They're very different, I know. As far as, like, base building versus, like, squad stuff of 2. I need to go back and give one a solid shake. I was not good enough to do it the first time. And I didn't have the patience to learn some of it. Just with the genre I don't play very much. Ever. Didn't have the patience for it then. Also my... Ooh, a Night Crusader. Nice, nice, nice. Hey, Longbeard Dan, welcome in. Army building, display pieces, or for funsies. This is a commission. These are for Wasted Mind in chat. This is... So they're Black Templars, but they're going to be joining a custom Marine Force, which we make purple. So we've stolen some models from the Dark Angels, from the White Scars, and we're doing a custom chapter with them. If you'd like to see more... Oh, I don't think it's going to work. Okay. Unfortunately, my stream deck's not working. Exclamation socials. Some of the army is posted on TikTok and Instagram. My stream deck unfortunately needs an update, and I didn't know that until now. Thank you, noob. I appreciate it. So yeah, if you'd like to see more, that's there. But yeah, these are a commission project. How are you? Welcome in. Is there anything you're working on? What you got? On top of fighting my bot today, I guess I'm fighting my my stream deck. Love it. Love that for me. It's not one thing, it's another. Clearly a successor of the Blood Ravens. We're just stealing from everyone. If there's a cool Space Marine, it's ours now. Not fighting chat, not today. Not today. Being a masochist and paint up Catachan jungle fighters, let's go. That sounds fun. I've not painted a lot of Catachan, but it does sound fun. How many of you got to paint there? Okay. Here we go. So I saw a seam line I wanted to take care of. Not a major deal, but I do want to take care of it. Five on the table right now. Sounds like we have to take the fight to her, please no. Wednesday was enough. Wednesday was enough. Ooh. Pain. Just pain. The challenge is to make the okay, cartoonish 80s action figures faces not look awful. Yeah, some of those older sculpts are rough. It's rough. Okay. Crozius together. Sword together. Time to put skull head on. 'Cause cool. Yeah, okay. Now we're caught back up. I've got hammerers to build, but I don't wanna. How many do you have? Is that a unit of like 10 or? But they're more simple to paint, like easier than the current Cadians. It's more fun for me. I think there's something to be said about like the new models are just a little busier. And there is something nice about going back to some of the more simple models, if that makes sense. Reaper, hello, how are you? I've got 20. That's a lot of hammering. For sure. So many belt bojangles on the modern kits. Yes, I completely agree. We were talking actually earlier today about some of the Sigmar stuff. Like the big frog chairs just have so many details on them. It's just, I know sometimes it's too much. Like I like to paint, but man, sometimes there's just too much stuff on these things. It is the Execrator, so it is this boy, and we've decided to go with sword. Which the more I look at it, looks more like the Space Wolves battle leader dude with the pose. Looks just like that mini. But Black Templar, obviously. Probably the same file, probably. Just a few tweaks here. Black Templar Special Chaplain, that's right. He gets his own name, his own fancy stuff. Alright, fancy backpack time. Alright, and then we've got... Wait, man, we have another decision to make. Now we get, if you're there, we get the halo or the cross. I feel like halo's the nice kind of traditional option, but the cross is kind of cool too. What do I think preview will be? I think heresy was a guess. Any other guesses for GW pre-orders? I have a Warlord Titan. I've been putting off building like big Warlord or Titanicus Warlord. Big Warlord, I completely understand. It's funny, Dark Ages of special chaplains. Black Templar like, we need a special chaplain too. Special about this chaplain. He's angry. Okay, cool. This one's more melee than melee chaplains. He's the melee. Yes, that's right. He deserves the special stuff. Ooh, big Warlord. It's a big project. It's a big project. I understand. Such like a... I've worked on a Warlord and I worked on a Reaver. And they are definitely a time commitment. I didn't quite clean that up. Okay, let's do it first. More of the new Marine chapters. I think Marine chapters make sense. Those are kind of ready to roll. That makes sense to me. Hard Chaplain is more Xeno races. Ah. And the meleeist. That's right. Do you generally find sub-assemblies worth it? I see you're putting the extra chaplain together. For him, yes, because I don't have a lot of overlapping stuff. For the ancient, though, like I'm leaving the banner separate. So it kind of depends how much they're overlapping. For him, I think it's fine. But for, yeah, where I've got like this whole other banner situation, like I'll leave that separate so I can do all the armor color on the actual model, and then I'll do the banner separate. So it just depends. Yeah. I think especially with like troops and stuff, I won't do it, but characters, I'll spend a little bit more time doing it. And then if I'm doing more of a display type project, I'll do more sub-assemblies. Or if it's just on the tabletop, you don't see exactly behind like a weapon or something, I'm not worried about it. Yeah. What do you use for mounting the sub-assemblies? Honestly, sometimes I just leave them like that, and I'll just hold it like this when I'm airbrushing. If it's smaller, so if it's like a head or something, what I'll do is I'll just do a little bit of blue tack on a model holder. So something like... Nope, it's over there. I'll just put like some sticky tack on here, and I'll just use that to hold it. So it depends on the size of it. But yeah, smaller stuff I'll tack down. Part of it is I do full-time commission work, so a lot of times I don't want too much like little stuff just separate. So it's kind of, that's what I'm doing in my head is like, okay, I can have a few things sub-assembly, but I don't want to have too much sub-assembled and like just floating around. Like right now I've got knights in sub-assembly, so I don't want to do too much more sub-assembly. So I've already got a lot of like knight panels sitting around. But yeah, something like this, or some people will use like the old film canisters or prescription bottles if you need like a bunch of stuff. Like if you're doing all your backpacks or something, you can just line them all up and put sticky. Or corks, wine corks work really well too. I've seen a lot of people use stuff like that. You can even just use the top of paint things, just stick them in here. Depending on how much stuff you've got. Weapons are another one I'll sub-assemble. Like if I'm doing a sword that I want to put a lot of time into. Putting it on something like that can be good. Knights and Titans are a big commitment. Yeah, they're a lot of pieces. It's a lot of resin if you're doing the Titans. Like, sorry, the bigger Titans. So a lot of resin work, getting that unwarped and straight and where it needs to be. It's a commitment in itself. Hey, it's so welcome in. How are you? I've seen people use super glue paper clips, Jenga blocks. I'm just too lazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't super love the... I understand why they do the paper clips, but it seems like a lot of work to me. Or I could just stick it on. But yeah, it just depends how much like wiggle room you need to move around to paint. Because I guess the downside to doing it where you're just sticking it on is then you don't get the back of it, where the paper clip you can move it around a little bit more, so just depends. I think for me, just sticking it on there is fine. Usually gets me what I need, and then if I need to paint the other side, I'll just do that after. What you been up to, Pantso? We are working on the new Execrator. Trying to get him together. Trying to clean... hold on, chat. Let me clean this tiny purity seal real quick. It is hard to hold. There we go. Built 6 knights so far. It's taken so long to get them built and primed. I've had a lot of knight commissions lately, and I really like working on the knights, but yeah, they're a lot. Rogue Wolf, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for that sub. For 54 months of support, how are you? Hope everything is going well. Good to see you. I am building some Black Templar today. Get this purity seal on. Okay. Try not to bump that as we keep going here. He's got tilting shield. And then we'll get him situated on his base here. Doing good. We're kind of a sound raider, right? For sure. That sounds fun. What have we added for a sound raider? That sounds like some extra kit bashing going on. Little pieces are killing me today. Okay, there we go. I think. That's a waste of my... Oh, I don't know if you might have been AFK. We have another decision to make, waste of mine. I didn't know this, but we have either the kind of traditional halo or the, like, cross. Is there one you prefer? Let's see, are Emperor's Children fun to paint compared to, say, Khorne Berserkers? Oh, or Legionnaires? Yeah, what do we think, Rogel? Or those who have worked on a lot of chaos. How do we feel about working on Emperor's Children? Okay, and then he fits onto rock, which we will keep on base and not glue. But I want to check him for... What is that way? Okay. There we go. At the right angle. Okie dokie. Just change the name for now. Trying to decide if I want the kit to actually make it into one. Would change the last cannons and such as sonic weapons. Can't compare since I only have Emperor's Children. I think, if it were me, it's kind of fun to just dive into it, right? Doing the sonic stuff. Because do you have, I guess with the people that you play, would you be able to, like, proxy the las back in? Or I guess, always magnets. Or some way to swap them out. I think I'm showing me plain a paint or pleasurable to paint. The least it keeps with their vibe. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so make sure you get the angle right. Lost motivation for chaos when I enter the chaos trim zone. We've all been there. It's a lot. I'll share my commission pain with you. We did 20,000 points of Black Legion. And all of the trim that came with that. I'm a little traumatized as well. It also had, oh, is it 3 Hell Drakes, which is one of my least favorite models to paint. It's gold trim hell is definitely a thing. 20,000. A half Warhammer, yes. Yes. And a lot of it, like we had some vehicles in there, but it was a lot of troops. My poor binkies. Yes. I still think the Helldrakes were the worst though. I didn't super love the Raptors either, the little backpack guys. Those were not a fun paint. I was trying to think of like the smaller stuff that I didn't like painting. Okay. Until I hear back on the backpack, I will keep that too. Figure that out in a minute. I finished my Hell Dragon. That's a lot of gold trim. It's such a pain in the ass, is what it is. The model is such a pain. Between like the gold trim, the way it like overlaps each other, it's just a pain all around. There's no good way to paint a Helldrake. There just isn't. There just isn't. All right, chat. We got 2 Black Templar down. So that's 3 built today. So we started with, let me back up for anyone just joining. We started with actually Eldar. So we got Fuegan is all together. We got the Ancient is in sub-assemblies, so I've got the banner separate, and I need to decide if it's going to be Orc Skull or Shield. He's together. And then Execrator, when I hear back from Wasted Mind for Backpack, I'll get him finished. And that's 3. So now, chat, should we paint or build Castellan or Marshall next? What are the backpack options? Yes. So we had either the kind of traditional halo or the kind of cross with the skull. Marshall, Casti, Mark 2 for Marshall, 1 for Castellan. Okay, there's more options than we thought, was mine. Cross, okay. Because I think some of the Blade Guard had something similar. Couldn't remember. I feel like I've painted that before on one of your duders. I maybe misremembered. I always break the Halo pointy bits. Fair. Fair. Cross is cool, too. It's a little unique as opposed to the traditional option. Didn't want to come off. Has cool dynamic ribbons? It does. It does have that as well. Whoa. God, this place is awkward to clean up. I also need to replace my blade, but it's probably a good thing I haven't yet. Awkward spot. Okay. Get this on. Marine vegetables. Hopefully Aeldari. Kind of dessert. Or maybe just characters dessert. I think, yeah. Trying to think if any of yours is, like, a pain point. But no, not really. Characters good. Eldar fun. I think the only, like... Well, not even, because I was going to say maybe the orcs is my current pain point. But no, not even that, because that's even more characters. It's, like, big mechs, and... I think there's a couple kind of more batch painy things, but even the orcs are a lot of characters and things, so... I think I'm good here for a bit. How often do you replace the blade? I'll be honest, I keep it longer than I probably should. I don't really keep track of, like, how often. But, like, when I start to have moments like that where it's like, I probably should. Yeah, I don't have a better kind of time frame for you, but I start to have little moments like that where it's like, oh, this isn't cutting as nicely as I would like. And then I'll swap it out. I need to see if I actually have... Yeah, on vibes. I switch out on vibes. All right, it looks like chat wanted Marshall, so let's do Marshall next. Sometimes I can tell, like, if I have a commission where it's, like, a lot of building, I can kind of tell, like, by the end, it's like, okay, it's time to time to swap this out. Or if I have, like, a big army project that for myself. I wanted to absorb info from the professionals. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Sometimes it's tough with it being, like, a creative profession. A lot of it is vibes, but where I can help, I will share. Or if there's something I notice for the vibes, definitely. My blades work for 6 years? Okay, more often than that. The vibes for me don't last 6 years, but more often than that. Vibe slice is my signature fighting game move. It's your finisher. All right. 1, we need 5 and 2. It's 2. And then we should have the GW article here in just a little bit. Take a quick break to see what they've got for pre-orders. If anyone is new to the chat, we like to go through that together as a community to see what everyone's gonna be spending money on here soon. GW always does a pre-order article for what is going to be on pre-order the next weekend. So whatever we look at today will be on pre-order next weekend. It's a good time to, reach out to game stores if you want to put in a pre-order. So we'll do that together here in just a minute. And then we will build what I can until I have to go get some lunch. I'm hungry. And then rest of this week, we should be painting some of this. So I'm going to try and get at least one of Seedecker's models ready. These will get primer today or tomorrow. So we should have some Spec Marines tomorrow to work on. And then we'll have Dawn of War 1 Remaster on Wednesday. You guys can watch me be really bad at RTS. And that's kind of what I got planned for this week. Do you play the actual tabletop game? I used to. I haven't enjoyed the current edition, so I've not been playing. But I used to. I played a lot. I started with 6th edition 40K. And Space Wolves were my main army. That's how I got started. I've also got Tyranid and Eldar. And then Sigmar, I've got Skaven, Seraphon, and Slanesh. But yeah, they've just gone more... They've gone more tournament and competitive focus, which is not how I like to play, so... I'll be honest, I'm a little burnt out on it right now, but... It's just how it is. I still like painting and building it, though. Erebray, welcome in. How are you? Have you tried TOW? Was TOW? Help me with the abbreviation, sorry. The old world. Oh, for tabletop, I have not. I used to play fantasy, so before they blew it up for Age of Sigmar. I had Skaven and High Elves for fantasy, but have not checked it out since they rebooted it. No. The new cafe stuff looks pretty sick, though. If we were feeling Warhammer at the moment, I would definitely be looking at cafe because it looks really cool. Need to find an old world army to work on. Got ones in mind, or? Yeah, I had High Elves. It's really funny. I initially was like, oh, the Skaven are kind of fun. But I was like, no, I've already got armies that do kind of what Skaven does. I need to pick something else. So I tried to like make myself play elves, but I just came back to Skaven. Ended up playing Skaven in Fantasy and then Age of Sigmar as well. They're just too fun. I love my little mad scientist ratties. I have Army 80. It's hard when there's just so much cool stuff. It's hard. Some stuff's been toned down. Magic isn't as stupid as it was in Fantasy. I think Fantasy did need a reboot, because we kind of came in at the end and it was very cumbersome to like put an army and stuff together. But man, first go at Age of Sigmar was rough. That was rough. Broke our little like local community apart. Where are my Knights and Marine characters? Uh-oh. Is the article up? Did I miss it? I might have. Oh, I did. Ghost Hawks, thank you. I'm sorry. Dare you enter the tomb world? Okay. I'll hop over there in just a second. Funky says, I once put a new blade in my utility knife. Wanted to test how sharp it was. Uh-oh. My genius younger brain had decided the best way would be holding a sheet of paper in my left hand, slashing it like some tabletop hobby ninja. I did, in fact, slash it. My hand is oh no funky. And that, Chad, is how you don't do it. Yeah, that's not the vibes. Not the vibes. How are you today? Welcome in. Fair, so I'm sorry, Imperial Knights Army for tournament play. Yeah, I totally get it. I'm just not a tournament player. I'm a very much beer and pretzels kind of girl. I like narrative, and I love like doubles games, APOC games, that type of stuff. So the tournament scene's not for me. GW's gonna make me finish my 8 armigers where they carry the Night Codex. If you would just finish it, Wasted Mind, then we could have our knights. But no, you keep doing this to us. I'm gonna set up the window capture over here, actually. Why always go over there to do it? Oh, that's not what I meant. Cancel. I'm gonna set it up here before we even move. This is being weird. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Alright, let's hop over and look at article. I'll drag you guys over with me. Bloop. I think my one complaint with the new monitor is anything that's full screen just gets ridiculous. Just gets ridiculous. You guys are way over there now. Bloop. Confused looking at the pre-order girl. 10 Necron Warriors, 3 Scarab Swarms. That isn't the picture they're showing. Let's split the box contents between paragraphs. Okay, they like to do that. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Alright, Sunday preview. Dare you enter the Tomb World. Kill Team Tomb. Oh, okay. I was confused. I'm like, what Necron stuff do we have? We leave Volcus and the Great Gun behind in the latest season of Kill Team, which focuses following now on the new planet Somneft in the Nephilim sector. This wasteland world lies a long-dormant tomb complex, a threat that has not gone unnoticed by the Imperium. A team of Space Marines from the Death Watch have been dispatched to prevent it from awakening, forcing their way into its claustrophobic corridors to plant charges, move the threat before it can get started. Not all the Necrons within lie sleeping, however. An eccentric cryptech begins hunting down the Adeptus Astartes, keen to use them as part of her terrifying experiments. Canvarioso, hello, how are you? We're looking at a new kill team. Here are the Death Watch. Kill Team Tomorrow contains 2 completely new kill teams, a gargantuan stack of terrain to provide new tactical thrills. Deathwatch kill teams are the elite of the elite, each operative pulled from a different chapter and given a role that suits them. The box contains enough miniatures to create 2 entire teams using a wide variety of operatives, plenty of sculpted shoulder pads, and faces representing numerous chapters. Canoptic circles the Canoptic circles stalk them through the complex. Okay, I'm putting emphasis somewhere weird. 2 tomb crawlers, an accelerator, a reanimator, and 3 canoptic circle warriors, all led by a powerful geomancer. The geomancer is super cool. Happy Sunday, not a happy Sunday. How's the weekend going? It's a cool terrain box. Shame about the other one. I think the Necrons are cool. I feel like the Death Watch just look like Death Watch. But the Necrons are cool. I like the geomancer. These guys are very creepy. This box also contains a set of 10 Necron warriors, 3 Scarab swarms. It can be built as NPOs, plus 25 pieces of Tomb World terrain, 16 walls, 16 pillars, 2 wall ends, 1 sarcophagus, 2 teleport pads, 4 debris pieces. Matching Tomb World game board completes the Necron vibe. 80-page Tomb World dossier contains background for conflict, lore, and rules for both kill teams, kill zone, joint ops mission pack, where you can duke it out solo or with a friend against the Necron host. Adversary ops mission pack that's 2 players battling as the Necron threat whirls to life around you. Tokens and data cards round out the package, alongside a deck of Tomb World event cards and NPO cards for your games. What are NPO cards, chat? I've now read that twice, and I don't know what that is. Is this the first thing with the solo play? Or has that been in previous stuff? I can't remember now. I remember them like talking about it and being like, that's really cool that they can do that. But I don't remember if that was in something previously. Even the poor Necrons are tripping over the terrain. A little bit. Alright, we've also got Kill Team Battleclad and data cards. Adeptus Mechanicus deploys servitors to help their tech priests secure archaeotech or defend key logistical nodes as part of their outwardly confusing and impenetrable strategies, controlled by a servitor underseer who can reprogram his charges on the fly to turn these simple but effective semi-sentient gun platforms to something far deadlier. Set contains a techno-archaeologist, servitor underseer, 8 servitors that can build a selection of gun servitors, combat servitors, range of operatives, technomedic servitor, auto proxy it's a lot of servitors yet. You get a set of unique tokens for using Kill Team, Battleclad transfers suite with 64 decals. The deck of 32 data cards sold separately, comprising faction rules and equipment, unique ploys, operative profiles, and other helpful information. Data cards are available while stocks last. T-Dubs, thank you so much for that sub for 74 months of support. How are you today? Welcome on in. Pulse, thank you. Non-player operatives, NPC for co-op Priscilla. Okay, thank you. And Painting by the Hill. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I read it twice and I was kind of hoping they would do that for me and they didn't. Thank you, thank you. 64. That's all. That's all you get. Vegeta, welcome in. I know I've heard people talking about it playing before, so I don't think it's completely new. Okay, maybe it was with the new edition and I just wasn't sure. I was trying and failing to think of a funny response. Yeah, I couldn't come up with it. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, we've also got Kill Team Raveners and the data cards. The Raveners track their prey from beneath the ground, bursting through to slaughter unsuspecting foes. Burrowing biomorphs use tunnel to perform deadly hit-and-run attacks, catching enemies unaware and tearing them apart with razor-sharp talons. Set contains 5 figures to build a Ravener Prime and 4 specialized Ravener biomorphs, including the Wrecker, Tremor Scythe, and Venom Spitter. Each miniature may be built as a standard Ravener warrior for use in 40K. You also get unique tokens to use in Kill Team. Deck of 33 data cards sold separately, comprising faction rules and equipment, unique plays, operative profiles, and helpful information. Data cards are available while stocks last. These are pretty cool, I think. If I was still playing my NIDs, I'd definitely pick these up. Still think the paint's a little weird on them, but I think the models themselves are pretty cool. Anyone gonna pick up some NIDs? Well done, Broso. Well done. D-Dub says, I'm good. I had my last tourney with Judgment tokens. Went 1 and 2. Can finally concentrate on the new stuff. I saw you've now finally got a backlog with the rest of us. How does it feel having a backlog again, D-Dubs? Fierce Lion, welcome in. How are you? Nasty Poopos says, fine asses. Well done, chat. Well done. You figured out what NPO is. Good job. Proud of you. All right. Sticking with the Tyranids, add a sprinkling of Tyranid terrain to your collection with the new Killzone upgrade. The set contains 15 terrain pieces of scatter terrain, including 2 gestation sacks, 2 shard spewer growths, 2 capillary towers, 2 brood nests, 2 capillary roots, 2 spore vents, and a spore chimney that can rest on a brood nest to create a larger structure. Rules for this expansion will be available to download free from Warhammer Community as part of the upcoming Kill Team Balance update. It's great for games of Warhammer 40K, for dioramas, and armies on display boards. These are pretty neat. Gestation sack. That's a phrase I didn't think I'd get to say on stream today, and here we are. Here we are. You too can get your gestation sacks. Get your MPOs and your gestation sacks, chat. I saw the Sisters Novitiate Squad. Oh, is this... Have these not been available separate until now? T-Dub says, I'm excited, to be honest. I'd be back painting with everyone. Have a lot of work to do. I saw the photo. Let's go, T-Dubs. All right, Sisters Novitiate are young recruits for the Adeptus Sororitas, fresh zealots ready to be sent into battle under the charge of a drill abbot and gain experience in the fires of war. They survive this unforgiving crucible and may one day be promoted to become fully fledged battle sisters. Until then, they meet with impetuous fervor, driving enemies off key objectives with a collection of melee and ranged weapons. Skit leaving the classified kill team range. It's being repackaged for 40k. Okay. Contains 10 miniatures, Adeptus Sororitas transfer sheet comprising 290 transfers. Okay, so getting repackaged for 40k. That's what it is. Interesting. Like the certain emo, you know, bumble it. Bumble it. Phoenix Rose, welcome in. How are you? All right, I guess the same thing for the Orc Commandos then. We saw these in Kill Team. They were like the first Kill Team, right? It was them in Krieg. I'm gonna go ahead and skip over that since we know. Main to order classic Aeldari, just as we build Fuegan here. The Aeldari are great at scrying into the future, but we're looking at the past. We look at some of their classic headlining kits coming back for another go-around. Eldrad Ulthuan returns alongside a set of Farseers and 5 Warlocks. Court of the Young King assembles all 6 of the original Phoenix Lord miniatures and a looming Avatar of Cain, all cast in metal. Finally, the Aeldari Webway Gate Fortifications back in plastic, rules and downloadable Legends PDF. These will be available on the 30th until the 8th of September. So here's what we got. I'll just do the scroll through here. I have a couple of these. I don't think I ever picked up the Webway Gate. I think it was like out of stock for a long time. Bees, welcome in. How are you? Your Earthar is now the best unit on the Codex. It'll be in on my list. Let's go. Let's go. I'm glad we got them painted. I don't think I ever picked this. It's a really cool piece. I don't think I ever got mine. All right, we've also got made to order classic Emperor's Children. Look at, oh, you can get old Lucius. Stop making it for bet. Maybe that was what it was. It's back. It's very tall, it is. Old Bile. Lucius. And get, these guys are certainly something. These are, we were talking about the old Catachan earlier. I feel like these are in that same bucket, trying to like them, This one feel like I know this has been out for a little bit, but it feels very it's very stark contrast between the two. They're in the bucket for sure. Yeah. It's big. Wait, almost 2 Imperial Knights. I didn't know that. I knew it was tall. I didn't know it was that tall. All right. Well, if you guys want some old Imperial or not Emperor's Children. Alright. We've also got Assassinorum Kingmaker in a special edition. That's a really cool cover. I like that. That's very cool. If you want to pre-order that, I'm gonna go ahead and skim through the book stuff here a little bit. Lord of Chaos on audiobook. Legend of Sigmar as an ebook. Full Deployment as audiobook and ebook. And then Warhammer Plus, we've got Open Play returns to the monumental task for intrepid presenters, building and painting an entire army in 5 days. Quiz show Brain Boys pits 2 teams against each other to earn victory points across several rounds of devious challenges. Black Library Book Club gathers for a somber look at the excellent The Fall of Cadia by Robert Rath, discussing the book's definitive tale of the legendary world's final hours. On Community, we're taking a trip into the Tomb World to examine all the new terrain, so everything for the new Kill Team stuff. Alright, chat, who's getting what? Who's excited for goodies? A lot of Kill Team. Terrain is very cool. The Necron terrain is very cool. I think they did a really nice job with some of the new terrain. Who's getting stuff, chat? Not a single thing. Waste mine waiting for nights. Makes sense. Save the monies. I'm gonna stretch. What do you guys think about it? Definitely ready for the Tomb World box. It's got some cool stuff. I think I'm gonna go back. I feel like the Necrons are that and the Tyranid terrain are the big winners for this round of goodies. Like this Geomancer's too cool. Not a thing for you, saving the money. I'd be interested in the Death Watch when they're available on their own. That's fair. Saving money for Votan's as Fierce Lion. Yep. Alright, chat. Well, that's what we got for this week. Let me get set back up for painting here. Just lost everything else. There we go. There we go. I was waiting for the Tyranid terrain to be separate. Then my local game store sold it cheaper to move it out, so now I don't know if I need another. Reminding chat, wait, where the power is in stream? What's happening? Oh, it's showing us with Guerrero, look. It gets a little washed out with the lights, but look. Okay, I'm gonna wait here a second. I think it's harder to see with my tattoos, and I'm a little sad about it. I'm a little sad. It's harder to see on my tattoo art. Let's see. Expand the Deathwatch army. Really use the terrain. Gotta get ready for work. Have a good one here, Brian. We'll see you next time. Bye-byes for now. Strong. We trying. What's Twitch's guy? Don't tell him. Don't tell him, bro. So you're supposed to be on my side. Supposed to be on my side. All right. Let's zoom back over. All right. I think, chat. Sorry, I should have said this was on the other camera. I think I got my lighting finally where I want it. I'm excited about that. Thank you. I'm excited. Trying to be better about tracking my food again, Confrio, so that's where I always lose it. I like sweet treats too much. But thank you, we trying. Here's what we've been building, bro. So in addition to guns, we are also building some minis. We've got Fuegans now all together. And then we've got the Ancient. I'm leaving the banner separate. We've got to figure out if we want the Orc head or the shield. He's all together. This world's too miserable to not eat sweet treats. I'm with you. That's why I got the ice cream maker. So then I can have protein sweet treats. And then we did the Execrator, which is their new fancy chaplain. So he's all ready. And then we are building the Marshal right now. So that's what I got. What are you up to today? I agree, though. Ice cream. Oh. The one I just made. It's basically I take 2 cups of milk, and I can swap it for, like, the high-protein milk if I wanted. And then you do a couple scoops of protein powder and a little bit of, like, pudding mix. It helps with the texture. And then I just let that freeze, and I blend it up when I want it, and I get a protein ice cream. So it's, like, 30 grams of protein, and I'm eating ice cream. It's great. I eat a lot of fruit when I want something sweet. Yeah, that's, I'm trying to do more of that as well. Try and swap in some yummy stuff when I need it. I was visiting friends. Haven't seen them in the flesh in a few years. Oh, they have 2 extra kids. Oh, that sounds like a good visit. These extra kids coming out of nowhere. Amazing. The other one, if anyone else is kind of watching food, is I like to do the Greek yogurt with the pudding mix. It makes it like a thicker protein pudding. It's really good. I just put like a few chocolate chips on top, or you get like the no sugar whipped cream. It's really good. They're all little sweethearts, though. Good parents. Good. No. That sounds like an adorable visit. Glad you got to go. Got to see him in the flesh. What is everyone up to for rest of the day? Oh, we got chat. I'm gonna try my best to at least do the treadmill today, but I'm very sore. That might be all I get to do. And then, yeah, I've got to either fix my bot or go back to our old bot so that my lovely mods can add things if they'd like. Greek yogurt's a secret weapon. Yes. Yes. Especially, I swapped to, and I know I talked about this, but I'm going to keep talking about it. I swapped to Faye instead of like the store brand, and it makes such a difference. Like, it's so much creamier and yummier. So having like a good Greek yogurt is like such a hack for trying to get more protein and have a little sweet treat. Building up the willpower to vacuum. You got this. We can do it. We can do it. So recently I've been tricked by big yogurt. But getting Greek style yogurt instead of legit Greek yogurt. It's wild what a difference it can make. It's wild. It's huge for me. Huge. Because now when I'm hungry, I'm like, it's totally fine. I can go make a thing of yogurt. I'm good. Don't feel guilty about that at all. I want to get a recumbent exercise bike for when I don't want to beat myself up on the rower. That might be nice to... I don't think those are super expensive either. Sounds like a good option to me. Thick and creamy, so much, but yeah, it's wild. It's wild what a difference it makes. And that's why I keep, like... that's why I don't mind talking about it every time. Just in case anyone else has tried, like, the store brand, just Greek-style yogurt and been like, ew, this is gross. What is she talking about? Go get some Faye. Finish season 1 of Kaiju number 8. Nice. I really like it. I like Kafka a lot. He's just a sweetie. That's another one where, like, when this season ends, I want to... Because I actually started reading Kaiju number 8 before the anime. And then I kind of fell off. I stopped. And then the anime came out, and I need to get back to it. Might stop and... I think I will probably join you after this season. Yeah. I don't know if I would have been the one that recommended it, but I do like it a lot. My anime backlog, what are you watching? Dandadan, Kaiju number 8, and Clevet. I don't know that one. I'm watching Dandadan, Kaiju number 8, and Gachi Akuda is the other one that I am watching and enjoying. The Sprouts brand that I sometimes I'm up with because the grocery delivery ends up strictly used for protein smoothies. I was a little sad when we did our Costco trip. They only had like one brand of yogurt, and I was like, I don't know about that. If I recall correctly, Greek style is just thick, regular yogurt. If it doesn't have around 18 grams of protein per serving, it's not the right stuff. Yeah, I don't know specifically, but I know swapping to Faye was a big change. New Dandadan's amazing. Yeah, that'll be... Once this, like, anime season wraps up, I'll keep reading Dandadan and go back to Kaiju number 8. Because I think someone in chat mentioned that it's now done. Like, the manga is finished. Gotcha, Akira last week was peak. Can't wait for today's. Yes, it's been very good. It surprised me. Like, some people were talking about it, I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about the art style. And then we started it, and it was one of those where it's like, we'll give it a try. And then we just, like, binged through 3 of them that night. So it's been pretty good. So I mean, so much science art gets done. I feel like it'll ruin me and my expectations for anime going forward. As always done, yeah. So it's a good time to hop in and just read through it. I know I know we've talked about, but for chat, I caught up on One Piece myself, and I binged through all of One Piece. And I just kind of stopped reading after that, because I needed a little bit of a break. It was a lot. Oh, are we doing sword again? Wasted Mine? I'm guessing so. He can also have an axe, but I'm guessing we're sorting. Done the most anime I've seen in a long time. That's fair. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut out the sword because I have a feeling that's the answer. I'm just gonna manifest it. I've now read One Piece. I've completed reading. I needed a break from the mangas. It was all I was doing for like a month. It was all I was doing. Max level, yep. I have climbed my Everest. I'm now good. No, I wanna get back to some of it here. I've just been reading more novels than manga lately. I have too many hobbies, that's the problem. I have too many things I want to read and do. That's my problem. Like, I was reading Monster, and I want to get back to that. Because it's really good. I'd work on his other arm until I hear back. Ah, you've got a gun option, too. Dang it. I want to reread Dawn to Dawn since we're talking about reading. I mean, it could be another case of, like, going back, you notice different things, too, which is always fun. You, like, pick up on things on a second read. I'm gonna ask chat. I asked earlier, but we've got more friends with us here. Anyone reading anything good? Either novel or manga, anything like that? I read a kind of more slice of life Japanese novel, Sweet Bean Paste. And it was nice. It was sweet. A little sad. But it was good. It was a nice little palate cleanser before I dive into like a bigger series or something. Oh, the Discworld books, that's right. You were reading those. Listening to The Expanse. I need to find time to read through The Expanse. At some point. When I'm feeling sci-fi. I'm just such a fantasy girly. I tend to go fantasy instead. I need to finish the Witcher books. I've got, I think, the last two, and then I've read The Witcher. Again, I was binging those. I needed a little bit of a break. Gosh, darn it. Stay in my hand. All right. 16 and 17. Trying to think what head option. Dang it. Another option we need Wasted Mind for. Okay, I'm gonna wait. We'll go ahead and get the... Can I do the tilting shield yet without that sword? I think I can. What? We got... Okay, I have a couple. We ran into a couple. And I'm sorry if this is in the email. I'm just bad. First one is we have a sword or an axe. And I assumed sword. I even, like, cut it out. But let me know. Wolfsark, how are you today? Welcome in. And then head options. He's got the... I've got this one. Where it's, like, the band over his face. Kind of dark, or Black Templar-y. And then the other one is kind of more generic Space Marine-y, where it's, like, the little breathing thingy. Okay, sword I figured. Bane, okay. Space Marine one. Oh, and then weapon. That was the one I was going to check the email. We've got, looks like plasma or bolter. Let me clip Bane out while we're talking. Sword looks cooler, I agree. It also fits what we've done with the rest of the army a little better. I agree. The, like, shape on the inside is... Oh, it's just really soft. It's like... Plasma? Okay, on it. Then he too can pew pew. Pew. Alright. I don't know if we'll get to our last guy today. I thought we could get through all 4. We could probably start him, but I don't think we'll get him finished. That's okay, though. I'll keep working after stream. Because I want to get him primed. I have to get these guys purple so I can, shock TikTok again. Every time I post the purple Marines, people get lots of questions. They're already on to me because I painted, Corsair Ocon yellow, so... Get to go blow their minds again. Make sure I get the angle right. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then plasma. Do that. That's even the easier build option. Thank you. You painted some beautiful magnetized Sakarans too. Yup. Yeah. What legends they are. So sad. I liked those. I had fun working on those. Dreadnoughts were fun too. G-dubs, please. Please. Wolfsack's making more Dark Elder Scourges, rebasing the old ones. Let's go. How many are you having to rebase? I'm sorry I got your stuff's legend. I'm sorry. Normally rebasing things pisses me off. These scourges will never stay on the small bases. Gotcha. Got 10 of them. That's not too bad for like a rebase project. You know, having to do like 50 or something. It's not too bad. Okay. I didn't do the... Did I just skip ahead? I sure did. Holy shit, chat. Maybe we should wrap up. I just went brr. Yeah, get his backpack together. Just skip that whole step. I was too excited for sword. I see my Templars graced your TikTok. I got a couple out of them, yep. If you guys would like to join me over on TikTok, exclamation socials. I'm sorry, my stream deck's not working today. I have to update it. I got a couple videos with them. I have found out that much like Twitch chat, TikTok also likes when I suffer, so we'll have more batch painting blues type videos, I'm sure. Rise, welcome in. How are you? I'm the bot captain now. Thank you. I appreciate you. I was telling Scott, I just want to get my stream to where I don't have to think about stuff. I don't have to worry about my bot. I don't have to worry about my lighting. I think I'm really close. And that's why I'm so, like, determined to get it. But it's gonna take a lot of weight off my shoulders when I get it. Larry the skeleton on the marshal's back. Is that who I just cut out? Is little Larry? Slightly annoying to construct? Okay. Keep an eye on Larry here. Yeah, we won't get to the last guy today. That's okay. We got a lot built today, chat. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh. Another little Let's get ready for the last push. Let's get them done. Rise, hope you're having a good day. Thanks for coming in to hang out with us today. I'm sorry, you still have to get pointy bits. Wait some. Still have pointy bits. Okay. It's on here. A little bit of cut off in there. Pokey pokey. Scrolling making TikTok as I'm saying purple telemons. Oh. Man, that was a while ago too. Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know which was more traumatizing. How did this bend already? Hold on, chat. I was being so careful. Okay, I'm gonna have to get the hairdryer out for that. But I had the equally traumatic custodies right after. That project burnt me out so bad. I don't even remember how many points the custodies one was. It was a lot. It was a lot of resin. For all the vehicles and stuff. Purple Estrays would be pretty sick. Would be pretty. All right, Larry, let's get you together. Okay, I think mine's lining up just fine. I'm scared he's going together surprisingly fine. Gonna be honest, I'm pretty over Forge World for reasons. Yeah. Yeah. It's rough. Colonium Butcher Kit just arrived. Let's go. Oh, that was the other hobby news. I put it in hobby chat, but my next batch of Kingdom Death Kickstarter arrived. I had to find room for all that too. It was like one larger box, like the expansion. I got I think it's the Pariah, that's what it's called. There's another larger one. And then a whole bunch of little, like, crossover characters. So I know we have our Ludbut one up next, but I think I'll grab something from that batch for after. Monsters or pinups? A mix. This is all game content, so not specifically pinups. There's definitely ones that are probably not TOS friendly, but not specifically pinups. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm struggling with the little pieces today. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is... Larry's now a pain point. Okay. Let me smush Larry's little head on, and then we should be okay. This tiny, tiny skull. Okay. I think I got it. Also got a 20 USD eBay coupon to use before September, thanks to a mistake on a listing I made a while back. Not sure what to use it on. Yeah, any other models that just need that little push to spend the money on? My friend told me like Kingdom Death. I assumed it was like the Survivors, the Lion, but it was all the loot stuff. Yeah, so a lot of the pinups you can like swap in, like if you want to play with the pinup version instead of the regular game version, you can. In general, the game stuff tends to be the creepy stuff, but then the pinups are for collecting. I like both, so I tend to pick up both as they come out. I've not bought as much lately just because I have so much from the gambler's chest. And why aren't you gluing, Larry? I thought you were gonna be fine. You're fighting me. Larry. Why must you be like this? You good now? You gonna cooperate? This is why Larry is now a skeleton. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the back was fine. Just getting his little head in place is way more difficult than it should be. Okay, I'm gonna just lock Larry down. Not going anywhere, Larry. You stuck there forever now. Okay. Now he's gonna be stuck there forever. Let's get 7. But yeah, depending on what bit of Kingdom Death you like, there's something for everyone, I think. If you're like me, you just like all of it. I'll take the Ludba and the creepy. Alright, this goes on his leg. Which is why you do it before the gun. Bad Nikki. Bad Nikki. Can I pop that arm off still? I can. Okay. That's why you don't skip steps, chat. Don't be like me. Get too excited. There we go. I'll have to put the arm back on. I might do the backpack before then too, since it's already off. Then I'll have to fight around this arm. Get Larry secured. Okay. I'm gonna go vacuum now. We can pause the entire stream. Everyone freeze. Have a good one. I'll be wrapping up right as I finish this guy, so I might catch you next time, but I hope you have a good rest of your day. Get that vacuuming done. Freeze. Larry will have to wait. But glad we got to hang out today. If anyone else is headed out for a weekend, we'll be back tomorrow with hopefully painting. If I don't get a chance to do some airbrushing today, we'll just build the rest of our goodies. We've got fire dragons and one more Black Templar boy to build, so it'll be warhams of some variety. Got fire dragons. We got 3 boxes we need to build. So we'll have Warhammer of some sort tomorrow. It'll be I think all Warhammer this week between getting the next round of commissions started and then Dawn of War on Wednesday. So it's a lot of Warhammers. Did that not long ago? 3 boxes. These are for all of these are for Wasted Mind in chat. I'm glad I get to work on some because I didn't pick up some for myself since we're not playing. I'm excited I get to check out the kits still. Saw the leaked Ultramarine Captain. It's a Family Guy meme. Here's your special character as well, Ultramarines. They were talking about it in chat earlier, but I haven't looked at it yet. I will take a look here after stream. It's not too bad, the fire dragons. I like working on Eldar, so I'm not worried about it. I think that's kind of my one real batch paint project here. Which is kind of nice. Got a lot of characters right now. Characters and vehicles. don't think it'll be too bad, though. Alright, we get special ribbons, and we got his base. I'm gonna get the base over here. Get the ribbons, and I will get some lunch. Oh, it's tilting shield, too. I forgot. Get that. So many tilting shields today. It's certainly a space marine! I think, yeah. It's kinda how I felt about the Deathwatch kill team. They are certainly Deathwatch. Okay, it does just fit on there. It's always hard to know where they want to attach the tilting shields. Okay. I'm gonna rotate it a tiny bit. There we go. Okay. That looks a little better. Then we'll get the fancy ribbon. Is this a purity seal? Might be purity. Sorry. Ooh, infinite wealth. Enjoy. Oh, it's so good. So good. I was, after we were talking about, like, metaphor and stuff, I was looking at my backlog. It's like, oh gosh. Like, I still need to do the P3 remaster. I want to play Metaphor. I'm right in the middle of Ghost of Tsushima, which is so good. What is this attach? Where is this? Where do you attach this little ribbon? Why is it in none of the pictures? Oh, they don't even have their ribbon on. What is this ribbon doing? Oh, they did it instead of the tilting what? What? Where does this go? Hmm. Okay, I like the shield because we have the tilting shield on other things. Do I want this ribbon? Ribbon is for the Bane mask? I guess so, yeah. I guess, would you like tilting shield or Bane mask? Or, ribbon. I've got time to rip it off if you want ribbon instead. There was a draw you don't want the ribbon? I was gonna say, if I put it there, I feel like that's like break off category. That's why I was looking at it so hard. I don't super love that. But that's where they have it. But then they don't have it. Yeah, they didn't even use it. Are we attached to the ribbon? I'm gonna let you decide. If we're not attached to it, I think it looks a little weird. Or if we want to replace the tilting shield. I feel like that makes more sense. I'm gonna clean up this while we think about it. Get a pretty little bow. Let me just tie that bit around. Put it on his bald head. He gets a Bane mask and a bow. And then I'll just go there. Uh-oh, I'm also out of glue. Feels like this one didn't last very long. Well, there it all is. Dang it. Let's spread that out. Plop. I'll wipe this off so I don't get glue everywhere. Alright. Let's scooch that forward so it's not hanging off the side of its best friend's ride. It's still going to. Okay, good enough. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna do tilting shield, because everyone else has got a tilting shield, and I think that makes sense. Yeah. I'm not gonna worry about the ribbon that's almost guaranteed to break off. Basically guaranteed to break off. Alright, chat. We're a little early, but we don't have time to finish the last guy, so I will keep the Castellan to either do offline or if we need to build tomorrow. We've got him here. So, here's a little recap of everything we got. We started with some Eldar, so we started with Fuegan. All together now. We'll have him join the Fire Dragons later. We got the Ancient, which I will decide what's going to go on this banner, but I've got that separate for painting. That's all together. We got the Execrator is all together. And then we've got the Marshal all together. And that's what we got. So we got some good building done today. You don't want the pretty bow? Alright, I won't put a bow. Thank you, bro. So if you guys want to come hang out, we'll be doing some more Warhammer tomorrow. Thank you so much for the links. If you want to follow, I've been more active over on TikTok and Blue Sky, so you can follow me there. Discord, if you want to come hang out in between streams, if you want to share what you're working on, we do have a Discord. YouTube, I put up the next Subnautica video if you guys want to follow along with my Subnautica adventures. That is there. Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi, I'm going to be adding another guide for what I've been doing with Char Zaku 2. So that'll be up this week. I've been in the... I need to get it finished, what I had started. And that'll be up on Ko-Fi, but I also do behind the scenes and other painting guides, so you can check that out there. I can't wait. It's that game. I love and hate it. Love and hate it. But yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out today. We'll be back with some more Warhammer tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day and rest of the weekend, and I will catch you then. Bye-bye for now.